bracket waiting list sitting. PSAT and Hanabi keeping the bench warm for us, moving forward into our next few games later on. But right now, 4 a.m, DRG, Haibu.
In the seeding, well, not in the seedings, in the championship itself, had to fall to lowers. They were able to beat PSAT to bring themselves back into the fight, but I tell you what,
and then we move forward onto another set of losers brackets. But Hyper, we're staring down the barrel of our next matchup. Cash out, 4 a.m, DRG, Haibu, and KZ going onto the breach once more, running down the tunnel and diving into the action. Here we are to find out who's going into our next set of head-to-heads and who's going to advance to the final.
Big pressure. Get second position into the finale would be beautiful. But, hey, if you can get it done in 4, still you get to the finale no matter what. Just a little bit of a break in between. Immediately, we're seeing Haibu and DRG going head-to-head between each other. Dim off angle, but it's not necessarily helping them with being in such a low position. Wants to find a little bit of height, but the push starts to come through for Haibu, and it is that Lewis gun shredding its way through. Not the usual KS talk that we've been having. It's Lewis all the way. And he is having fun with it. Latte getting down low, though. Needs to be careful. Shui is the last one to live. 000 left. A 1v1. It's a light who can really get nimble and close. And Haibu from the grave will say, thank you, sir. We've got this in the bag.
I don't know about in the bag. There was some kicking and screaming and duct tape involved. But DRG, they've somehow done it. We've got a wipe there on KZ as well. 4 a.m. Keeping up appearances. That is the big dogs down. Small fight in the middle of it. And they have managed to get that cash out. They're actually pushed quite a fair way away. We see them returning halfway across the map over towards A here to go back to the cash out. But KZ down. We've got a small little break, but not if DRG want to get involved. They're coming over to see if they can have a go. They found one already. Ghost has gone down early. They're ultimately going to go for the steal here as well, which you can't really blame them for. But the glitch does deny. Brave gets some good damage with that 93R. They are going to opt to go for it once more. Another glitch to come forward. But the shield drop lets the glitch go by, and they ultimately manage to deny it. The C4 plays slightly out of the way, and DRG, they're going to steal, and KZ are back here. 3 teams strong on this A cash out. Shield drops down. Things are getting interesting.
Tiny offset means that more teams will start to come over. So no surprise, King Zero wants a piece of the pie. Rotation isn't bad for this map. You can get across quite quickly. Just uses up your utility nonetheless. DRG are fortunate. That initial spawn at the cash out in the open, hard to steal from. But then they were able to pull off the steal, and it drops down to ground floor. Again, still relatively in the open, but no one's carrying winch. So it's still hard to steal. Talking of stealing, how about another attempt? King Zero going in. The glitch is only going to take away the dome shield, but not the mesh. Thankfully, just pressure in itself will force King Zero to step away.
It's rough out here for King Zero fans. They are sort of being bullied a little bit, but in the game mode that we're currently watching, it's almost encouraged, I think, off screen, just that little bit. Teams can choose who comes with them. We say it all the time. We say, you know, they're picking who's coming with them and they're doing what they can and da-da-da-da. But it is. You can grief teams in and out selectively depending on what you want to verse, who you want to verse. If you want to verse a certain person, team, you've got grudges, etc. They're doing what they can. Haibu, though, speaking of doing what you can, he doesn't really know who to shoot. The fire's sort of griefing him there in that sense. 4 a.m. Going to just sneak away with that one and take first spot away from DRG there. It's only $300 difference, but first is still first. They'll find themselves in good position and a little struggle. KZ and Haibu not doing too well, especially KZ, our current ringleaders, not leading much.
I'm still questioning Haibu's move. 000, what? I understand destroying the pyro, then, you know, it's... You're left alone, you're all by yourself. It's there to put a denial area. But it just... it's as bad as smoke. The flames, and it burns. You can't see through it. So it seemed pointless when you can't even see when 4 angry men go and push to steal. A crazy idea, but hey, is what it is. You have to move on and focus on your next fight, which is exactly what King Zero and Haibu are doing. Looking at the next point, and Haibu will find 2. Finally, the opening as one of them runs away. That'd be Hooli Rice. Low on health, who then gets a regen coming through. Decides, you know what? Take it. Take it away from us. Have the steal. We'll just coin in.
They sort of have to, I think, in that situation. You've got to come back strong. You can't really just show up to the party late and come half prepared, you know, with half the team. But Haibu do have that great position. We saw it in the last game cause a few problems, and ultimately you can imagine why, considering where and when it resides. But aside from that, KZ, unfortunate glitch there, have spotted the light. They've done a good bit of damage, but it's ultimately not enough to find the kill. Hooli Rice, however, takes a quick 2 shots to the backside, and they're now looking a little worse for wear, KZ. As the vault drops on down, they might go for the steal, but Haibu seem to be on it already. Pyrominded and I, we've got a great fight happening off screen here as well. 4am and DRG going toe-to-toe, but ultimately no one coming out just yet. No kills at the moment. Healing needs to happen for both sides. DRG managing to get the res coming in from their health, in regen, sorry, but they now opt for that soft reset. Both teams looking to do so. Haibu hurting, KZ making some good damage, but possibly not enough for this steal. Look at the time left. It's not going to be enough to play with, considering they can just dive it here too.
They can dive in indeed. Haibu able to get the steal off, thankfully. And Hooli Rice, slither of health, has to dip out of there. While that's going on, Brave also down to low health. He has to create the denial of the life. He does get them off. Whether that's enough to deny the steal, it's getting all too close for comfort. It's stolen. DRG commanding lead this time round. Haibu just ahead of 4 angry men by $2,200. And that only takes... Oh, wait, that's only 4 kills. A wipe and 1 more.
It's rough out here in these streets, especially if you're a KZ fan. $2,000 dues is not a lot at all, mind you, considering that these are our top dogs. Today they have just struggled. You could almost say it's the Takeo of the OC region. Team, again, statistically, great team. Nothing wrong with Takeo. They just had a really big struggle in Americas, aside from... Europe, sorry. Apologies. A big struggle in Europe. And again, it's just sort of a... Maybe it's the cycle for it. This is the character development cycle, where everyone who is in the top spot just struggles that little bit, and then magically they'll come back stronger next season, next cycle, sorry. Who knows? We'll find out. But right now, KZ need to do something, anything, to find themselves off the bottom of the leaderboard, purely just based on the seeding side of things. They will go down into that lower bracket waiting list here and join Hanabi in later matches if they can't find anything. Because right now, it is DRG. Haibu, great steal, as you said. Haibu just locking in first. It doesn't really matter. First or second's where you want to be right now, but is it enough? Can KZ do something? I don't think they find first or second yet.
It's going to be hard. If this gets split, there might be hope, but you can see it's constantly being thrown back to the same place, hoping somebody doubles up. King Zero could be the team to do that as the steal starts to go through. Guess who it's by? It's none other than King Zero, but immediately they've been spotted out. Sick, able to take away Brave, and that's the entirety of King Zero gone. There will be time for a Hail Mary push, but it will be a Hail Mary push at that. They would need to rush their way in. DRG have control of the other vault. They're, again, just keeping that close. They're wanting somebody to take the bait. Not going to be forced. Nobody wants to do it. Haibu, they're not playing at full height. They're playing only 1 floor above. They're aware they need to be close in case the third-party steal comes through, in case the damage really comes alive, because both sides taking damage. DRG, they don't want to wipe. because then that endangers them for their second place position. Steel starts to go through. This time it's 4 angry men. Ghost gets dropped down. He was the one trying to steal. Brave left alive. He's dropped to the floor. Haibu was in control. Now there's one team left. King Zero, free opportunity to go for the steal. No, not enough time. King Zero came too late. Again, King Zero dead last in these cash out rounds. Again,
Be a mixture of things. They have had some weird matchups to start the morning, and they have versed the big four consistently, just back to back to back to back to back. They've had really